I've said, look, that's not the as you speak to prioritization. That is not the plan. It is a recipe for economic catastrophe. It would throw the economy into chaos. So just want to be really clear about this. The Secretary of Treasury said and has said this as well, that prioritization is effectively a default. Stephen Munchkin said, and I quote, "That doesn't make sense. The government should honor all of its obligations and the debt limit should be raised." Jack Lew, I think prioritization is just default by another name. Timothy Geithner, prioritization is unworkable, harmful, and the world would recognize it as a first ever failure by the United States to meet its commitment. The only way to avoid this kind of economic disaster is for Congress to do its job. It's for Congress to act, to prevent default, and that's going to be our focus at this time. This is why we have said would be catastrophic to our economy if there is a default. We've been very clear. We've laid out what could potentially happen. Remember, this would be our first ever default. If it were to happen, we're going to do everything that we can to avoid this. That's why we've been asking for Congress to act. But a couple of things that this would lead to: it would wipe out millions of jobs, up to 8 million jobs. It would trigger a recession. It would devastate retirement accounts. It would increase costs. It would damage our international reputation. This is what could potentially happen if we default. Again, we are not a deadbeat nation. That's what the president has said. We have been able to pay our debts since 1960. We did it 78 times. So, and that's just one part of what could happen. The other part that what could happen too is we could see the gains that we have made these last 2 years under this president. When you think about 12.7 million jobs, that could be gone. When you think about unemployment rate at the lowest, at one of the lowest that we have seen, 3.4%, that could hurt that. The manufacturing boom, the 80,000 new jobs that we were able to create with manufacturing jobs, that could be gone. The $1.7 trillion of deficit that the president was able to do the first 2 years, a record, that could be all gone. So that is what's at stake. And we believe the American people understand that. And so we're going to do everything that we can to make sure that that doesn't happen.
Good afternoon, friends. I have breaking news to share with you this Wednesday. Top congressional lawmakers are now ready to try and use one of 4 potential solutions to avoid a debt ceiling default. Congress has just a couple of days to move forward with one of these plans. But advocacy groups are warning about one proposed plan that may impact monthly benefits. My dearest friends, please do make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, this coming Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, the greater your chances, friends, of winning the giveaways. Washington, D.C. is scrambling to prevent an unprecedented debt default, as roughly 1 week stands between the country and a looming deadline. Leaders on both sides of the aisle have been adamant that they will strike a deal in time to avert a default. But even the broad outlines of one have remained elusive. The good news is that there are 4 potential solutions if leaders do not come to an agreement before June 1st, 2023. Looking to dial up pressure on the other side, Republicans and Democrats alike have shied away from pushing for a short-term hike to the debt limit. Looking to dial up pressure on the other side, Republicans and Democrats alike have shied away from pushing for a short-term hike to the debt limit to buy more time for negotiations. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy said, "I don't think a short-term extension benefits anybody." And Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre on Tuesday said, "That is something that both the Speaker and we have said, is the Speaker has been very clear that is not on the table." But with the June 1st deadline looming, a short-term extension may be necessary to allow lawmakers and President Biden to strike a deal, write the bill, pass it through both chambers, and send it to the president's desk for signature. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell may find himself forced to step in and be a key player in negotiations if no deal is in sight and the country is on the brink of a default. Mitch McConnell played a central role in Congress's last major debt limit fight, working with Senator Chuck Schumer on 2 occasions to raise the debt limit. But Mitch McConnell may want to push for monthly benefit cuts. More Democrats in recent weeks are also calling on President Biden to invoke the 14th Amendment as a means to address the debt ceiling. The last possible solution is a discharge petition. Democrats have been collecting signatures for a measure known as a discharge petition. It is a part of an effort to force a vote on a clean debt limit hike, despite opposition from Speaker McCarthy. If successful, the measure could allow Democrats to bring a debt limit bill to the floor that has the support of a majority of the House. But Democrats need the support of their entire party, as well as 5 Republicans, to secure success. The Biden administration's one-time student loan forgiveness program is facing a new obstacle from House Republicans, while it awaits a ruling from the Supreme Court about whether the proposal can take effect. The House of Representatives voted today to pass a resolution seeking to block the forgiveness program, as well as end the crisis-related pause on federal student loan payments. 2 Democrats, Representative Jared Golden and Representative Marie Perez, joined Republicans in voting for the bill. The proposed forgiveness program, which promises up to $20,000 in federal student debt relief to millions of low and middle-income borrowers, was halted by lower courts last year before any student debt was canceled. The pause on payments, which has been in place since March of 2020, is set to end later this year. President Biden has pledged to veto the Republican-led resolution if it passes in both the House and the Senate. The administration said that the resolution would weaken America's middle class. But Republicans argue that the student loan forgiveness program is unlawful and shifts the cost of debt to taxpayers who chose not to go to college or already paid off their student loans. So blocking the program could reduce the deficit by nearly $320 billion. Even though Biden has pledged to veto the bill, votes in the House and Senate could force more moderate members of the Democratic Party to take a public stance regarding the student loan forgiveness program. The Senate has yet to schedule a vote on the resolution, but nearly all of the 49 Republican senators have signed on as sponsors. President Biden has extended a pause on federal student loan payments several times. Accounts have been frozen, and most federal borrowers have not been required to make a payment for more than 3 years. But the pause is set to end later this year. So, dear friends, what are your thoughts about President Biden's student loan forgiveness program? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Well, my marvelous and most magnificent friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Wednesday. My dearest friends, thank you so very, very much for being here and for being part of this community. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, I'm announcing several winners this coming Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, my friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed week.